Good morning, everybody, and welcome to BBC TV. And it's a special one today because, we've got George is with us as well. We've got George and Freddie both with us, and it's our very last BBC TV. As you can see from the rubbish logo at the bottom, it's the 71st show. It would have been good to have finished on the 70th show, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would have been perfect. But no, we've gone one day over and it's the 71st show. I did hear yesterday that Joe Wicks and the fitness workout thing, you know that thing that we haven't been watching?
Yeah.
He either finished today or he finished yesterday, and it was the 78th show. He's beaten us by 7 days, a week basically. He's beaten us.
I think we should just go on for another week.
But what I think we are better than Joe Wicks because after watching us, you're still able to walk upstairs.
Yeah.
When Joe Wicks, you're not able to walk upstairs afterwards apparently. Not that we would know because we haven't done any of the Joe Wicks stuff, unfortunately. But I have heard it's been really good. We might actually. I think we should do one. We should do one. Right, good morning, Mum. Morning, Dad. Morning, Robin, Emily and Elisa, Elijah. Morning, Jenny. Morning, Rachel, Erin and Evie. Hello. Morning. Let's just have a little look on the comments here. Good morning. Oh, look at that. Morning, Barry, Freddie and George. Thank you for everything you've done. Well, thank you, guys. Thank you for all of the pictures that you've been sending us in. They have just been amazing. And thank you for your picture you've sent in today. You worked really hard. I know you were trying to get it in yesterday. And looking at the picture, you worked very hard. So thank you for getting it in today. Good morning, Margaret. Morning, Harrison. Morning, Tom. Great to have you guys here on our very last show. Well, not quite the last show, but it is the last BBC TV. It's potentially the last time I use that logo, unless I produce T-shirts and mugs with it. Now that would be cool.
Yeah.
Love a bit of merch, as all the YouTubers do. Now we're YouTubers.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll be sponsored by Raycon and all different earbud things and things like that soon.
Nice.
And NordVPN. Right, good morning, Barry. Great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. As I say, it is the last show. This is one of the last times we do build a house. Unless we can't think of any other games when the new show comes on and we do build a house again. Which we might. But let's start with our first word. And Fred, all week I've lost 2-0. I think.
You have.
I need to win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. Morning, Anne-Marie. Morning, Robin. Margaret, we're ready to beat you at Build a House. Well, let's see. Let's see how we do. James is being particularly helpful with an X. Thank you, James. I appreciate your support, trying to get me to win. There is not an X.
Tom and Harrison go with an E.
Tom and Harrison with an E. Good start. There's not an E.
Wow.
Now, who are you wanting to win today, Fred?
Us.
I want to draw.
Us, or you say us as in you and them. There's me and us.
There's us.
I want a draw.
And there's you.
George wants a draw. I don't know if you can have a draw.
Someone can,
Mum wants an A. There is an A.
Someone can win one of the field houses and someone can win the other.
Yeah.
Dad's gone with an S, and Emily and Elisa have gone with an S. There is not an S.
Tom and Harrison go with an H.
Tom Harrison with a H. There is not a H. I'm being very careful today. I made a few silly mistakes yesterday, didn't I, Fred, that you caught me out on?
Me too.
I made 2, thank you. Oh dear.
And it's gone R.
Nanny with an R. We have a special guest on later as well. With our new technology, we have a special guest coming in at the end to say hello. So stay tuned for that. You won't want to miss it. I mean, you might, but if we say you won't, then... R. Morning, Nikki. Morning, Savannah. Morning, Sky. Fred, George, what's a pirate's favourite letter?
R.
Well, some would say R, but actually his first love is the C. That was a joke we had a while back. It was a good one. It's a good one. No, it's not a terrible joke. It's not a terrible joke. It's a good joke.
I like that one.
Nikki and Savannah with an O. It's a sailing joke. Thought you'd like a
that's why I
sailing
like
joke.
it.
Nanny's one with a T.
Nanny with a T. There's not a T. Grumps with a C. I've got a chimney. I haven't had a chimney in a while, Fred.
A chimney, and they've only got 2 letters.
I know. Tom and Harrison with a D. There's not a D either. Got my first window. James has gone with a P. There's not a P either. This is fantastic, and I've not even used a Welsh word. I'm not even cheating with Welsh words. Rachel Aaron and Evie with an M. There's not an M either. Oh man! This is amazing. Oh, that's not amazing. Tom and Harrison. Oh no. Okay. Right. We've gone serious now. This is... Oh! Nanny's gone with an N.
Have they only got 1 more?
Oh! Sorry, George. You're right. There was 2 G's. I did make a mistake. Oh no! Oh no! Emily and Elisa. Oh! I've got a door.
Please go.
1 door.
We could
See,
do,
there are lots of letters
we
it
can
could
do
be.
2-0 for all week. Please.
Come
please
on.
go, right?
Last letter's been an I. The next letter is... This is tense. This is so tense. Oh no!
It's going so well.
It was grazing.
Could have been a T and great. They could have still lost.
It was grazing.
No, there's a T on the bottom.
I'd like it known that my win was ruined by my mum.
Yeah.
Grazing. Grazing was the word. Oh, I'm losing my voice again. Grazing was the word. Well done. That was so close. Morning, Joe. Morning, Matthew. Oh, dear. So grazing is going to appear in our story. So I wonder what the story might be today. Nanny says, so sorry not. You know I can actually kick people out of this.
Okay.
There's a button where you can remove people. Haven't had to use it yet. 71 shows and haven't had to use the remove a person button. May have to use it on the 71st show, Fred. The next word, game 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters for game 2.
The last ever build a house.
The last ever build a house, unless we bring it back in the next show. But I don't know. We're going to work on a different game see what we can do. Morning, Tony. Morning, Boaz and Jubilee, Epi, and Elijah. Good morning. Good morning. Tom and Harrison have gone with an E. There is not an E. That's good.
Aaron and Evie with an A.
Aaron and Evie with an A. There's not an A. That is also good. Joe and Matthew gone with an O. Oh, there is an O. That's not so good. And the church has gone for an E. Oh, we've had an E. Tony's gone for an S. There's not an S. You're right there, George.
Emily and Lisa gone with a U.
Emily and Lisa with a U. There's not a U, guys. Mum with an R. There's not an R either.
Tom and Harrison with a T.
Tom and Harrison with a T. Oh man, there is a T. Hmm. Emily and Lisa with an I. For a minute there, I thought the word you were spelling right at the very bottom was 80s pop group Erasure. What's Joe gone for?
H.
Oh no, it's an I.
Oh,
Already had an I.
We've had I. And then Tom and Harrison and Joe and Matthew have then gone for a H. Oh, there is a H. Oh, I don't think I'm going to win this one either.
2-0 all week.
2-0 all week, yes. Thank you for the reminder, Freddie.
You're welcome.
A niche reference. Good word of the use. Good use of the word niche as well. Oh, Mum. Twice now.
Shame.
My game's ruined by my mum. I am going to have to use the remove button. There should be a big red remove. Cloth. Yes, cloth. We have the word grazing and the word cloth, and they are going to appear in the story. I wonder what that story is going to be. Yeah, have a guess. Oh dear, what have we got on here? 2-0 to Mum. Yes, Dad's saying I dare you. Right, that was fantastic. Okay, well done, guys. Well done to you for
2-0 all week.
For 2-0 all week, as Freddie likes to remind us. No, that was fantastic. Well done. Okay, we've had our game, which must mean it is time for. It is time for your pictures, and thank you very much, guys, for sending your pictures in. They have been fantastic, and we have a few in today, which is really great. Our first three all come in from Emily and Elisa, which is fantastic. And if you remember the other day on Sunday, we did on the church, we did George made an origami wallet, which was fantastic. George, it was really good. And Emily and Lisa have made a wallet as well. And there you go, they've made their wallet, George, and they've decorated it as well, which is fantastic. Lots of pictures. I think that's the inside, isn't it? Because I can
Yeah.
see the little pocket. That's their first one, and then that's the outside. That is fantastic. Loving that rainbow as well. Well done, guys. They really cool. They are fantastic. Thank you very much. And also the last picture from Emily and Lisa, which is really cool, is look. Here's the some of the other origami bits you've done, George. So there is the heart.
Yeah.
There's the fish. There's the wallets. I'm not quite sure what Elisa is holding. I don't know whether that is the penguin. It might be the penguin, but I'm not sure. And Amelie is holding the hedgehog from yesterday. I think it's the hedgehog from yesterday. It looks the same shape, which is fantastic. So that, girls, brilliant. Thank you very much for sending those in. That is fantastic. And our last picture of the series is from Erin, Evie and Rachel, because they all had to go at let me just move the alligator. They all had to go at making. Do you remember we did the elephant, which was we got from Harry, I think. It was Harry's idea. It was a craft I saw because he had a display of all of his crafts, and I saw it and asked him for the details, and he sent it. And I say, Erin, Evie, and Rachel have made their elephants as well, which are really cool. Look at Elmer there on the end, and I love them. Googly eyes, and they've got, that's really cool. If you notice, they've got foam ears.
Yeah.
And Elmer's foam ears are also little squares as well. They're really cool. That's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the pictures you've sent in. They're really good. And if you have any more pictures that you want to send in, and if you missed the last show, don't worry, because when we come back, which will be on Wednesdays with the new show, we will still be showing your pictures. We still want to show your pictures, so you can still send it. Although the show will be called something else, you can still send it right. Not right there. It's gone. It's disappeared. There. You can still send it right here at barry@holysaviour.church, and it will be fantastic to be able to show them. Thank you very much.
It's just disappeared under the comments, but
What was that?
Tom has a comment. Yeah, that one.
Hang on, what? It was Tom's birthday on the 8th, and he got a hamster. He came home yesterday. His name is Fudge. Happy birthday, Tom. Hope it was another lockdown birthday in the Lockdown Birthday Club. Such a cool club to be in. You need to get some t-shirts. We're in the Lockdown Birthday Club, aren't we, Fred?
I was lucky. I was like 4 days
George
before
missed
lockdown.
it by about 4 days. That's happy birthday, Tom, and hello to Fudge. Right, okay. We've done the pictures, which must mean it's that time. Do you think it's going to be any good today?
It's never good.
It's never good. Let's see. It's the last jokes from the digital assistant, and you know what? She wasn't bad today. Okay, only took about 10 jokes to find 3, which I think was pretty good. I was pretty good. Yesterday was about 70 jokes I had to listen to find 3. It was terrible. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Paul. Great to have you guys here. Are you ready? This joke is for James Bailey, for Robin Wallace, and for Graham Elliott, because they're all teachers.
They're all maths teachers.
And they're all maths teachers. Are you ready? Why was the maths teacher such a good dancer?
Why?
Because he had algorithm.
I like that one.
Well, you're a bit of a maths fan. You would like that one. What do you think, Fred? Fred's got thumbs down. Fred's got thumb down, and George has got thumbs up. Okay. I quite liked that one. That was the first one the digital assistant said. Okay, you ready for this one?
Sure.
this, this may be better than the gorilla one with how do monkeys make toast.
Really?
Okay, this may be. Are you ready? Okay. Right.
Stop laughing.
Okay, you ready? What's the difference between a butterfly and a regular fly?
What?
One emerges from a pupae and the other from a pupae.
I don't get it, but it sounds funny. I don't get it.
Butterfly emerges from a pupae.
What's that?
It's like a chrysalis
Oh,
cocoon, yeah?
okay.
And a regular fly emerges from a pupae. I think that might be one of the best jokes we've had, and that was from the digital assistant. And bearing in mind, it took 60 jokes to get 3 yesterday. That was in the first 5 jokes today. I thought that was brilliant. Okay, ready for the last joke. Oh, my voice is going. The last joke. Why don't eggs tell each other jokes?
Why?
Because when they do, they crack each other up.
I think I've heard that one before.
Or was
I
it
just
funny the last time?
I just don't
No.
like it.
2 thumbs down. Okay, well, everyone, send in whether jokes 1, 2, or 3 was your favourite. But I bet you anything. Well, I bet you that James will tell the maths joke, because unless he already knows it.
I think James has got funnier maths jokes.
James probably has funnier maths jokes. I reckon also James will tell the butterfly joke as well. Right, okay. It's our last story, our 71st story.
From Bob Hartman.
From Bob Hartman, and today it's from the Rhyming Bible. Fantastic book. You can buy this on Amazon and other bookshops. It's brilliant. Great pictures, great poems that I try my best to...
Can we officially say we've been sponsored by Bob?
We aren't officially sponsored by Bob, unfortunately. We should be sponsoring Bob. So today's poem that I will try and rhyme for you carries on from what we've been doing recently, the very strange Christmas stories in the summer. But today we started with Mary, then we had Joseph, and today we're going to be talking about the shepherds, and the word grazing and the word cloth are both in the poem. See if you can spot them. And the poem is called It Begins in Bethlehem. Shepherds lying on a hill, the night was silent, all was still. They watched their flock of grazing sheep and tried hard not to fall asleep. When bright and white an angel came to light the night, a fiery flame, the shepherds trembled where they lay. The angel said, "Don't be afraid. Sing praise to God and give him glory. Celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. The news is good, the news I bring, good news to make you leap and sing, good news for people everywhere, good news of joy for all to share. Good news for God has kept his word and sent his Saviour, Christ the Lord. The one he promised he would send is born this day in Bethlehem. Sing praise to God and give him glory. Celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. And this will be a sign for you. This is how you'll know it's true. You'll find a baby wrapped in cloth, sleeping in a cattle trough. The angel then was joined by more, 6 and 12 and 24, and then too many more to number, a heaven choir, loud as thunder. Sing praise to God and give him glory, celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. And so the angels left that place, just like they'd come without a trace, except for all they sang and said, which echoed in the shepherd's head. Let's go to Bethlehem and see, the shepherds all as one agreed. They found the baby where he lay, asleep upon a bed of hay. Sing praise to God and give him glory, celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. They told them what the angels said, then Mary smiled and raised her head. A secret hid there in her eyes, for she was not one bit surprised. So back they went to Sheep and Hill, no longer silent, hardly still, but singing loud like angels bright of all that they had seen that night. Sing praise to God and give him glory, celebrate his wondrous story of love and joy and peace to men, for it begins in Bethlehem. That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't muck it up, which was even better. Great story there. Great conclusion bit to the Mary and Joseph, and now with the shepherds. And we'll talk a little bit about the shepherds later, after we do our final craft. Now, I'm not sure if the craft bit will come back. It may well do. If it does, it's not going to be animals, because I've done 71 animals, and I think Noah had less than 71 on the ark. But we'll see.
We have repeated some.
We've repeated some animals, kinds of animals, but not.
We have done 2 sheep and 2 jellyfish.
We have. Right. So you're going to need some glue. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need some card. And I thought today would be quite fitting, because the very first craft that we ever did, which was actually the show that was at the church, I think, the very first craft was this pig bookmark that I've been using every day to keep my place in the Bible stories. So our very first craft was a bookmark. I think our very last craft should also be a bookmark, and it's also going to be in keeping with the shepherds. So you are going to need a square piece of paper, okay? A square piece of paper, just like that. You can cut it down from an A4 piece of paper. That would be the perfect size. And once you've got, I'm using green. You can use whatever colour you want, but you'll see that green actually will make it look quite cool in the end. So you start off with green, start off with a square, fold it in a triangle like that, unfold it, and then fold it in a triangle the other way. I should be having you doing the origami, George. You're the origami king. Okay, so we've folded it in a triangle both ways. Now what you want to do, fold it back into a triangle, take one of the top ends and fold it straight down to the middle at the bottom. There we go, just like that. Then what you want to do is grab one end, fold this point up to the top point like that. Okay, there you go. You've folded that up to the top, and then you want to do the very same with the other side up to the top. Ooh, there you go. Now, once you've folded them up to the top, you want to then take one and tuck it down behind. There's that flap there, remember? So you just want to tuck that down behind that flap.
Grumps asks, is this a folded piece of green paper?
Is it a folded piece of... Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Okay, and so do that with both sides, and then you end up with that, and that is your starting point for the bookmark. Now, I have a yellow piece of card here, and I've drawn 2 lines on there to make a square. Now what will happen is that will go into there, so you want that square to fit nicely in there. So Freddie, if you could cut that out for me, that'd be fantastic. What other pieces of paper? I've got some eyes here as well. George, if you could cut those eyes out for me, that's fantastic. You'll also need a black piece of card and a white piece of card as well. Brilliant. So Freddie's cut that square out. Actually, what I'm going to do, Fred, I'm just going to cut that top bit off there. So we've got that shape. That's only so it fits in there quite nicely like that. Okay. So we're going to glue this in. So stick that in there. There you go. That's just to give it a little bit of colour, just make it look a little bit different, okay? Right, George has cut out the eyes for me, that's fantastic. On the black square, I've drawn a heart there, okay? So I've drawn a heart shape. Freddie, if you'll cut the heart out for me. And on the white piece of card, I've drawn a circle, but I've done it like a bumpy circle. Looks a little bit like a round cloud, okay? So we're going to cut that out. Again, guys, I know you're fantastic after all these crafts with the scissors, but just go careful with the scissors. Get someone older to help you if you need it. There we go, there's my round cloud. And there is George, the black heart shape. Now what you want to do with that heart is put some glue on the back. We've done a lot of crafts with hearts, so I thought it'd be quite nice to finish with a craft that also includes a heart. There you go. There's the heart on the black bit, on the white ball of wool. Now I've also cut out 2 strips of black card here. Okay. Now you want to put a bit of glue on these. And stick these onto the back. There you go. I think you've guessed it now. It's a sheep. There you go. Now we're going to need to. I also did a little bit of grass. Really, if you could cut that out, that'd be fantastic. Now we're going to stick the eyes on. Okay, so there's our eyes on our sheep, our little Shaun the sheep, because we are talking about shepherds. How we're doing for it. It's a little fiddly, that, isn't it? Because there's lots of little bits.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, Jenny. Morning, Kevin. Awesome. Thank you, Freddie. So just put a little bit of glue on that bit of grass. Now you've got your sheep eating a little bit of grass, which is fantastic. And then we'll put some glue on the back of this. Oh. And there we have our finished, very last, 71st craft of a sheep bookmark. And if we put that in, let's see how it fits. Oop. There we go. There it is, your sheep bookmark, ready to hold your page in whatever book you put him in. So, that's fantastic. First craft, last craft, bookmarked. That's awesome. Okay. That's the craft, Fred.
Yep.
That's the last craft. That's there's a lot of bits of card down here and a lot of mess. I may have to just clean up now. But thank you very much, everybody, for that. Now, where were we? So it's our last story of BBC TV, and it's an important one to end on. It's a story about an invitation from God to experience an incredible event, the birth of his son, Jesus. Now, God didn't want to keep the birth of his son a secret. No way. He wanted to share the good news of Jesus coming to the world. Now, it was a long time ago, so he didn't put an advert in a newspaper or on the television or post it on Facebook. They weren't invented then. God sent angels to tell people and to invite them to come and see the baby. Now, you might think God would want to tell the richest and the most powerful people in the land that their long-awaited Saviour was finally here, but that's not who he chose first. The angels first appeared to a bunch of shepherds. Now, the angels told them that Jesus was for everyone, and they were to go and find him. Now, after an angel told them, a whole bunch of angels appeared and sang praises to God. Now, if you were one of those shepherds, I wonder how you felt to hear that incredible news that you had been told that. Well, the shepherds headed straight off to visit the special baby, God's son. They answered God's invitation, and not only that, they went on to spread the news and tell everyone that they saw and tell everyone what they had seen. Now, the shepherds, they weren't special. They weren't rich or famous. They were ordinary people like you and like me. But God invited them, and he gives us that invite now as well. An invitation to come and meet his son, Jesus. Now, the only way that we can really get to know God is to come through Jesus, to thank Jesus for taking all of the bad stuff and dying on the cross for us. Now, what an amazing invitation that is, open to all of us, every one of us. Let's finish with a prayer. Dear God, thank you for inviting us to come to Jesus so that we can be forgiven for our sin and be close to you. And help us to share this fantastic invitation with others that we know who need to know you. And everybody said, Amen. Well, thank you, guys. It's been amazing. We're not quite at the end yet because I did say we're going to have a special guest join us, and he's right here. Let's just check he's ready. I think he is. It's James.
I mean,
good morning, James.
Good morning. I do think for season 2, we might need to reevaluate what special guest means.
James, you are always a special guest, and those of people will remember, hopefully, that James, you did join us for a while when we were doing some Fridays, and we were having a little bit of a freestyle Friday almost.
It was wonderful. I enjoyed those very much, and I've been enjoying.
It was wonderful.
All 71 episodes of Bearded Barry TV. You've done an incredible job.
Well, thank you very much. I have to say, go on. Sorry.
I know. I just can't quite believe how you came up with 71 ideas for crafts.
Google is a wonderful thing. For all the problems that there is with technology, Googling animal paper crafts every day has been quite good. But I couldn't have done the show without George and Freddie. So thank you to you two as well for doing this with me, because I started to do this on my own and it was all right. But actually having a co-host has been fantastic. So Freddie, you've done pretty much most of them. And when you were on a Teams meeting or something with school, George stood in. So thank you very much, George. It's been fantastic. Thank you to James also for coming in and doing top trumps and battleships and all things like that.
Those were great.
And also thank you, James, for singing us a song each time you came on as well. And we thought, why not finish the show, more or less finish the show. I'll do a little chat afterwards. But why not pretty much finish the show with a fantastic song?
A lovely idea. Lovely idea. Okay.
What song are you going to sing for us?
Well, I think this is one of Keith's favourite songs. Your dad. So, My Lighthouse.
Awesome,
would you like to show the actions first? I know how
I can only remember some of the actions. And I do the Andy Saunders actions of rowing the boat. Tony doesn't row the boat. He does like
hula is.
It'd be interesting.
Hula.
Actually hear you, so.
Let's freestyle it.
Okay. And now the last time we did try to do this once before, but I forgot the words. So this time I have them in front of me, so I can't forget them.
Awesome. I'm going to mute our because I think there might be a bit of an echo. So over to you, James. Thank you very much.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence you won't let go. In the questions your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Oh, safe to shore. Oh, tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore. Oh, safe to shore. Oh, safe to shore. Oh, safe to shore.
Hey!
It's quite warm.
Thank you so much, James. That was really good. And it's been a pleasure to have you on here.
It's been a pleasure to watch you for the last few months, so thank you very much.
And I'm guessing that when we come back with our new show, you might even be part of it.
I might.
Because James has the gunge.
Oh, yes. Oh, the gunge. I forgot about the gunge.
So it's going to be a longer show. So we might have some pre-recorded bits to drop into it and stuff.
It's very exciting.
It will be. It will
be fantastic.
So thank you very much, James. I'll let you go to get you on for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
And I shall see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye, James. That was fantastic. Right. Thank you to James for that and finishing off with Lighthouse. If you've liked that song and you've never heard it before, search for Rend Collective on YouTube and find out a whole bunch of some fantastic music by Rend Collective. Okay, now, last few notices. First off, it's Thursday, which means tonight is Adrian's quiz on Zoom. It's the last quiz. It's the last quiz for a while. Adrian's having a break to write questions. But there you go. There's the quiz. Join us tonight at 8:15 on Zoom. So looking forward to that. And then finally, as we said, the show is going to stop being called BBCTV. Thank you for that. Was never my idea. That was ideas that people sent in. Was Bearded Barry's Church Television. So thank you for all of those that sent in to call it that. But we are actually going to come back with a new show, and the new show is going to be called Ignite. There you go. That's the new show. It's going. Oh, look over there. It's going to be called Ignite. It's going to start on the. There you go. It's going to start on that's Wednesday, the 5th of August, and it's going to start at 3:15 p.m. I think it's 3:15 to 4:45. And basically, we're going to start doing an after school when schools can meet back and we can do stuff with the schools. We're going to run an after school club, which is going to be called Ignite. And this is kind of like the start to our after school club. So it's going to be called Ignite. Starts on the 5th of the 8th this year at 3:15. And email address is still the same. So if you've got any pictures, any jokes, anything you want to tell us, email them in to me. And yeah, that'll be fantastic to be able to show them. But guys, it's been amazing. That's the end of our 71st show. It's the end of BBC TV. We're going to go and have a little break now, aren't we? But we will be back, but it will be in the afternoons. So thank you everybody for sending everything you've got, sending it in, joining us. Being on the games, being on everything we've been doing sending your craft in, being really interactive. It's been fantastic. So that just leaves us to say goodbye. Have a great summer holiday and see you on the 5th.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.